Good evening, all my little lions, bunnies, and whatever other kind of sissy fluffs happen to be watching tonight. Caddie here with you tonight, and well, I'm currently still wearing the bunny parade outfit, which I really enjoy. It's fun to wear. Um, I'm glad I whipped this one together kind of on a whim, and well, looks good with the bunny ears I had from another outfit I'd made, and it's a good thing. Well, tonight we're going to do another game tots. This one is kind of an odd one to my list of when and whys, but it's called Fatal Labyrinth. Yeah, okay, it's not great. Good. There we go. Fatal Labyrinth. As you can tell by the packaging, it's a Genesis game. Now, this is one of two games I got the first time I ever went to a used video game store. It's also the day I traded in pretty much all my Nintendo games because my original Nintendo had died at some point. So I couldn't play any of them. So to me, they were completely useless. And I had no prospect of ever getting to get another Nintendo again. Because at the time, well, kid, and thing that was old, less chance mom and dad are ever going to spend money on that again. So I traded in all my good Nintendo games and got this and one other game. I might talk about it later. It wasn't as good to me. But this one was pretty good. Though definitely no A-lister to say the least. um, it's a cool dungeony type game where you're just grid work effectively, just slightly offset for the viewing purposes. Um, you have weapons. You can equip different ones as you find them. Only finding, there is not a store or anything in this game. You're basically just thrown into the dungeon and you're questing. You have to worry about eating food, not eating too much food because that slows you down, picking up things like weapons or potions or whatever, or armor, and figuring out what you can and can't do. There are a lot of bad guys. If I remember right, it was very turn-based, like you'd move and then the bad guys get their movement phase as well. So it did give you a little time to think about stuff, but not much. The map revealed itself as you went along on any given floor, which would reveal like other rooms, things on the floor, bad guys, etc. It was random though. That's a very important fun bit about it. So every time you play, you'd have a new floor. Every like fifth floor was kind of a save state, if I remember right, so you could come back there if you died. But man, it was pretty brutal. It was a hard one. Reminded me a lot of Castle of the Winds, if anyone remembers that for the Windows. Just kind of more Genesis-y graphics instead of iconic people. Controls were fine because it was, well, just directional things, so it wasn't like you had to be a jump master. You're trying to get through 30 floors, if I remember right, of dungeon, and they would get harder and harder as you went up. So there was lots of weird bad guys, lots of things that could cast spells at you. All sorts of crazy stuff would occur. But it was fairly fair. Fair as a random type game can be because there's no guarantee that this floor is going to be easier this time or harder that next time, or that one weapon that dropped in this playthrough is going to be something you're going to run into in the next playthrough. But it did get you to try different weapons because you didn't have much choice. You had whatever the game gave you on that run to play with. Whatever you found that was you. That was your weapon today. And it was a little unfair in the fact that you needed food, and you didn't always find food. So sometimes it'll make you like, oh, there's a lot of food. I should eat more. And your guy's like has a stomach ache because he ate too much, because you can't just pick up the food. You have to just eat it right then. And yeah, it made for an interesting extra challenge. That part I felt was not needed in this game, since you're basically just on a 30-floor dungeon. You shouldn't be having a quest of did I eat my lunch. Uh, bad guys all looked pretty cool. The maps changed color after you got through a certain number of them, so at least you were looking at different environments. There were occasionally pitfalls, so you'd end up falling through the floor and going back a few floors to where you were. Fortunately, the map stays static to anything you had done in this run through. So you fall through the floor, you are in the floor directly below you where you were in that map, in the map below. Just find your way back to the stairs, head back up, ta-da, you're back where you were. But it was not bad, honestly. It was pretty decent. I think I've seen it pop up in some of the retro arcade remake things. I think it was on that portable Genesis thing, and the plug-in one that, at least the first few at-games ones I've seen. I still need to get the new HD Genesis remake thing, because it's a thing I need. I need the things. But yeah, that's some stuff. Recommend. Pretty good. Hard to find. I'm not sure how hard it is to find the game itself at this point, because, well, I got it back when I was still young, back when the Genesis was still kind of newish, and when first trade-in used game stores were now just becoming a thing. So that was a long, long time ago. And yeah, I lost a lot of hours to that game because, well, again, trading all my old Nintendo games to add this to my tiny Genesis library, which, to be honest, even now having bought a few extra games since I got back into playing some old games, it's still one of the tiniest game libraries I own. I think we own more GameCube games, and that was the era where I had a PlayStation 2 as well, so if it was on PS2, I'd buy it on there as opposed to GameCube, because I like the controller better. And yeah, that's a thing. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed this. It wasn't that exciting of a video today, but at least you have plenty eye candy on this line to keep you distracted. And if you enjoyed this or whatnot, please feel free to give me a comment in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little dingly doodle bell. You like the little dingly doodle bell, don't you? YouTube likes when you play with the little dingly doodle bell too, because it gives more attention to the videos and stuff. And it'll let you know whenever I post a video, which is very good for you. And my Patreon link will be in the description below, just in case you'd like to. I don't require it, but hey, I appreciate every dollar put forth. It helps make me a happy bunny and helps me produce better videos for you. But for now, definitely want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a fluffy, funny, related rest of your day.